Hey everyone, welcome to our video series, Canal Days, and thanks for joining us for today's episode of the Churches of Chicopee, Massachusetts. I am your host, Carrie, here with my co-host, local historian and founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Como. As your personal tour guide, Robert will lead you through some of the most iconic sites and their legends of historic significance throughout New England's preeminent and pivotal state of Massachusetts. With his expert insights, every monument and memorial story comes to life. Afterwards, don't forget to check out his website, holyokecanaltour.org, to access the full Canal Days video and podcast series. Also, check out his free in-person public tours he offers throughout Western Mass and the 2025 schedule for these special events. And you can also book personalized private tours for groups of all sizes, tailored to your interests. To discover all that and much more, remember to log on to holyokecanaltour.org. So, Robert, what is your favorite church within Chicopee, Mass?
It would be one of the Catholic ones, but it's actually two of them. If you're talking about the architecture, it'll be the St. Stanislaus Basilica. But if you're talking about the history, that would be the Holy Name Church, because it's the first church in Western Massachusetts. And the Protestant ones aren't as nice as those two. And we're going to see one of those today. You have another question?
Yes. So, are any of the Chicopee churches reaching any historic milestones this year?
Well, it's the year 2025, and in 1925, 100 years ago, the St. Anthony of Padua Church reached its 100th year. So, 100 years later, we're going to have a tour around that church, and its campus, which had the old church on it, and has a rectory, and we're going to have a little neighborhood tour too with that. So it should be fun. We already have a video for the wonderful campus here, twice over. In the front we did one, then in the back it has a much bigger campus than most places, and you can catch those. But in general, we're going to look at some of the common features. Now, of course, it has a school, and a lot of Catholic schools in Massachusetts, because there were so many Catholics coming to Massachusetts during the Industrial Revolution. This is the modern school. It was a replacement for the old school, which itself, it was a takeover of the old church that was there, and then modern church was built. And when that happened, they could leave the old church that was right there. So this is quite a beautiful church. Architecturally, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's now a minor basilica within the Roman Catholic faith. All right, it has some beautiful statues around. And this is the rectory next to it. This church is served by the Franciscans. And they do have a map for you out in front. So it says right on it, 566 Front Street is the Conventual Franciscan Friars. And they have a retirement home in the back of this campus for them. And this map shows you exactly where each piece is. So typically, in Chicopee, like in many places in Massachusetts, you're going to have this setup. Now, you also need to have a convent, and the convent in the very beginning was behind the old school. And I mean beyond, along Front Street, but behind it from this direction. And then they moved it to the very back of the church. And then you need the rectory, and here's a picture of the rectory, and the senior friar's residence is in the far back. Okay, so let's go off to the school now. St. Stanislaus School and Parish Center, founded in 1897. Okay, we're now finally in the front of the St. Stanislaus School, which is a kindergarten to 8th grade school. And here's a cornerstone on the side, and it says the year 1975 embedded right in there. So that's when they took down the old church, which had become a school. They took it out, and this is the beautiful school they put in this place. They also have a preschool here. And this school is very popular with people around. Many communities send their kids here. And finally, we're around the back side and the last side that we're going around. And you can see it's made out of a very cream yellow kind of brick. That's called cardinal cushion brick. It was very popular during the 60s and 70s because the Cardinal of Boston, Cardinal Cushion, approved a lot of structures to have this look. Like the Blessed Sacrament and the Matador School have this yellow cream look. And a lot of other buildings, Catholic buildings that went up at the same time, have this look to it. All right, here's the back door, and they have a little outdoor garden here, which is very nice. And then they have a memorial plaza here with several names. Of course, this is for charity, and it tells you what it's for. St. Stanislaus School, established 1897. And they have embedded into this side of the school beautiful plaque, and it says in Polish, I'll translate, I think it says Saint Stanislaus, Bishop and Martyr. Święty Stanisław, Biskup Machzinnik. And there's a picture of St. Stanislaus. And it has a peace pole here, and in many different languages, about 8 different languages, has a statement about peace. May the children of St. Stanislaus sow seeds of peace, 2003. And it has it in many different languages, including sign language, of course, English, Spanish, Polish, and then it has another outdoor artwork here. And it tells you on a plaque here what it is. In memory of Stanislaus Rozana Stolnina, given by his family. Okay.